L&N STEM Academy.
At L&N STEM Academy.
L&N Station, now home to the L&N STEM Academy.
At L&N STEM Academy.
Started with 9th and 10th grade students only, and we had a staff of 9 total. And that first year we had 100. We were supposed to accept 150 students, 75 in 9th grade and 75 in 10th, just to get started. And we had so many applications that we opened with 182 students. And that was the last time that there was no waiting list to get into the L&N, because beginning with the very next school year, we had waiting lists for the lottery.
So it was kind of like opening a school with one hand behind your back, is what I explained to Becky. It was a great, great feeling of seeing 180 students come through the building and not have a clue of what their school day would look like or their school year would look like. That was exciting. That was so exciting. And for the parents to release their babies over to us, not knowing other than what Becky has told them and gave them the vision of what she was looking for. But you know, the human element comes in at any time and can change it all in a second. So it was exciting. It was humbling to see kids and parents that would come in with 9 teachers and want to start the ground off of school. And it was school. When they came in the doors, it felt like a school.
So my experience at STEM, nearly 7 years of it, started way back when we had half of the staff that we now have and half of the options that we now have. It was small, it was hectic, it was exciting, and I got the chance to do something that I never thought I would be able to do, which was teach STEM. As an English teacher, you just don't think that you have a place in those roles. And I was allowed not only to teach STEM, but to help create content for it. And it led me to some of the most exciting projects that I'd ever worked on and allowed me to feel differently about education. Suddenly education was an opportunity and not a regimen.
One of the great things about L&N is our approach to learning. Very unique philosophies, and students get a chance to kind of approach things from the lens of the D-School process, where we focus on the empathy and why something's important, so that ultimately we get a whole better feel for the problem, which allows us to better innovate solutions.
I started STEM the 2018-2019 school year. I was a freshman that year, and I instantly loved the school. Just the way that learning's taught different here. It's not your traditional high school. You're constantly collaborating, you're thinking differently, you're coming to new conclusions, new ideas that you never really ever thought you could think of. And STEM does a great job teaching that in courses that doesn't really, you wouldn't think STEM is associated with, like English, history, you know, just all those courses that you wouldn't get at a traditional high school. And it really sets the school different. And never mind the fact that you're in a train station, downtown Knoxville, literally 5 minutes from UT, you get more opportunities here that you wouldn't get at your traditional school. And the reason I chose STEM was because my mom was a principal, and she asked where I wanted to go to high school. And I said, I never really thought of going somewhere for high school. I just assumed that you went to your zone school. And she was like, no, you can go to, there's a bunch of different high schools you can go to. And I was like, okay. And so she told me about this STEM school, and I was like, STEM? Science, engineering, and math, they're not my thing. And she was like, no, I really think you would like it. Let's go tour it. And I was like, okay. And so we went to tour it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, where has this school been all my life? And so, yeah, I fell in love with the school. I submitted my application, I got in, and the rest is history. I really and truly don't think I would be anywhere else. Just the way the school prepares you and turns you into an adult it's awesome. And the connections I built with teachers, just that special bond that you may get somewhere else, but there's just something special about it at STEM. I can't really describe it, but it's just something special about it. And thinking, like, going to college and worrying about where I'm gonna go, being that UT's in our backyard, it pushes you to go somewhere else for college. And that's another great thing that I love about our school, is that the sky is the limit in anything. A teacher is not going to, if you have a great idea, a teacher's not going to tell you no, they're going to tell you go do it. Which most teachers are not like that, or at other schools, most teachers are not like that. And just the support that you have in everything you do, it's something special.
I am so excited over the next 10 years of what we're going to do, and it's a plan that was created by our teachers, by our students, by our community as we collected information over the last 3 years. And so we kind of sat back and observed the community, observed our students. What do they need? What is going to make our community successful? What can we provide for that? And so we sat down with members of our staff, every member of our staff on campus for some meetings this year. We sat down with groups of students to collect information from them on what do you like about it, what do you need, what are you not being provided, what do you wish you had had. And we did that for both the teachers, the students, parents, and then community members, including political officials, and then the different people that run this community, to say, what do we need, what can we provide, and how do we stay ahead? How do we continue to be that fresh look on education and something different? And so that was where we spent almost this entire year in that planning stage, as we had taken the last 2 years of really collecting that information. And so we are rolling out some really exciting stuff. We're going to be rolling out some things that allow for students to walk away from high school with something tangible. So we're talking about a specific set of skills that are going to allow them to be better citizens when they get out of high school and be better prepared for college or a career pathway that they're looking for. And so we're going to do that through some different pathways that we're going to be introducing to the 9th graders next year. And so we're super excited about that. And through that, we're adding some coursework into it. So we're adding a complete breadth of pre-AP curriculum for all 9th graders. So all their math courses, all their social sciences, Englishes, all of those, along with science, will be under the pre-AP College Board umbrella. So a little bit more rigor, a little bit more in-depth coursework for all students.